I don't think you go to anything as a police officer and it not leave a mark on you, but there are some jobs that do, and that job has left a mark on that whole part of that team.
I've been in policing nearly 28 years now, and I can probably count on the fingers of one hand the number of jobs that leave a really, really lasting impact on you emotionally. And Operation Longacre is one of those jobs. I can remember where I was here at Police HQ on Friday the 13th of September, and for everybody who was involved in that immediate first response, I'm sure that they will remember what they were doing, because there aren't words to describe just how difficult this case has been.
There was nothing to suggest it was what it turned out to be. And then I heard one of the officers shout for more units, and there was something in the tone of her voice that I remember thinking, that doesn't sound right, that's not normal.
We'd sprinted up the stairs. My colleague had her taser drawn. We were barking at this door, shouting for anyone to be in there just to make themselves known. Initially at the time, you've got so much adrenaline, just don't think you're thinking about even your own safety.
And I just remember seeing my officers' faces. They were so professional, but they were ashen, and realising the enormity of what they had just been to, and realising that that there was nobody sadly alive, but also the fact that we now had an offender on the loose.
Even now, when I watch the responding officer's body worn, I will get an adrenaline rush, and I will see their hand shaking, and I'll think, how are they doing it? I think the hardest thing for me is all of the statements, officer, witness, everything, because you're reading the impact that this has had, and like reading the officer's statements. I mean, it was hard enough watching their body worn, but then reading and thinking, I can't believe they're faced with that.
I remember I turned around to him and I said, I don't really want to go off shift until this guy's caught. It's one of those things where what happens if this guy goes out and about and he does something else? As we were driving down there on Bramham Road, we could see that there was a guy standing on the side of the road. Nothing was really said in the car, but I feel like we both had that agreement of, yeah, no, this isn't right.
That two of my team shouted up, "We've got him." And for me, that was a policeman's nose, that was instinct.
I'm incredibly proud for the work that's been done on this investigation from those initial responders who attended the scene and were met with absolute devastation. But they soon picked up the investigation. Then detaining the offender was an amazing piece of police instinct and prevented the unthinkable of happening. Through to the investigators, the scenes of crime officers, everyone that's played a role in this investigation. It's been challenging, it's tested everyone.
I've never worked on anything quite like this. It's shocked me to my foundations. And you know, on a personal level, I'm not afraid to admit it, that it's gone home with me. I've had dreams about it. There's certain things I see now that do make me trigger about it, because it's such a shocking case. But through that, it's been an honour and a privilege to work on it, because I've worked with some of the best investigators and some of the best police work I've ever seen.
Most police officers that you talk to, they'll always say that they want to help people. And I think I would always say that, but you don't realise what it means until you're in the job. And especially in a case like Longacre, you learn bits of someone's life. So although I never got to meet them, I feel like I know the victims. And then when you are sat in court or you're reading something, you will get so almost like angry on their behalf, you will get upset for them. You've got to put their voice forward.
The most important thing, and the reason we do the job that we do and keep at the centre of the investigation, is for the victims and for their loved ones left behind. Juliana, described by the family as a doting mum, and did a lot for charity, a keen runner. And then the two children, Giselle, with her infectious smile, very popular with friends at school, and Kyle, a cheeky young man, really into his sport.
all of us decided that we wanted to go and pay our respects. So we went down to the bottom of the flats and we laid some flowers, and we as a team then just had a minute's silence. We just were in our own thoughts.